Mr. President, ably represented here by General Yambaza, my dear friend, Your Excellency, the Vice President, Professor Yemi Oshibajo, and his wife, Dolako. Your Excellencies, the Governor of Lagos State, Katsina State, Kaduna, Oyo State, Ogun, Osun State, Edo, former and present. Your Excellency, the Governor of Ondo State, Plateau, Kebbi, Niger, Akin Ambode of Lagos State and his wife. God bless you. I see our elder statesman, Baba Lakonde, Kábíyèsí Ọba Akeolu, retired Justice Oguntade of the Supreme Court, many of my uncles and brothers and leaders. I have seen many of Lagos leaders, Prince Oluyole Olusi, and many of our people. My friends who have traveled far and wide across the country, all distinguished senators, including my darling wife, Oluremi Tinubu, our former Vice President, my friend Nnamdi Sambo, thank you very much. All former governors here present, collectively the National Assembly, the traditional rulers, I saw many of you here, including my junior brother and my emir of Bogu, Dantoro Jr., all the way. And I must say special thanks to the governor of Niger State for helping me to get Emir Bogu here. So the commander of the Air Force, who has demonstrated that today's theme was necessary and is being practiced. Thank you very, very much. Your wing shall continue to grow and you will continue to sail in higher altitude. Crash, you will not. All the members of Lagos State House of Assembly, including the Honorable Speaker, I've seen all of you. It is more than gratifying to mark my birthday in this good way. To all of you, many who have traveled great distances, I am greatly honored that you join me today. Though the event banner speaks my name, this gathering is not about me. It is about that which a people united in purpose must do to improve their beloved country. We build the nation we seek by forcing ourselves to become that nation, day by day, step by difficult step. We do so by casting aside the prejudices of yesterday to forge a more just society where no Nigerian is held down because of its place of origin, its faith, or social station. But where all the chance to rise, to be what you desire, with dint of honest labor and constructive enterprise, will flourish. This is as God intended us to be. We have no choice but to achieve this destiny. Before I go further, I give a special thanks to my friend, brother, and the Vice President of this country today, President Professor Yemi Osinbajo. Leading a group of rebellious law commissioners who were talking about the tax situation there. When we had to debate from a Monday morning, we couldn't conclude methodology and agree on patterns and when to start. We moved from the secretariat, we went to Isaac John. We continued debating till Saturday afternoon, then we adjourned because we were hungry. And we decided to walk all through that weekend because the following week, we had to come out with the tax plan. I gave the deadline. Some of the samples that we have seen today. Thank you, Yemi. Each year, they assemble creative minds to address the issues that stand in the way of our national greatness. You have been very wonderful. As a result, the colloquium is getting better and better by the year. May Almighty spare you for us longer. I'm looking forward to the 10th anniversary of this colloquium next year. In this, and so much else, the VP had proven himself a true servant of Nigerian people. While our dear president had to be away, the VP performed excellently as his lawyer subordinate. I applaud President Muhammadu Buhari. He meticulously followed our constitution in temporarily transferring the power to the VP. As such, the two excellent men exemplify teamwork and true meaning of unity of purpose. The selfless leader, President Buhari, set the stage by giving strategic policy directions, showing himself equally selfless. Our Vice President, as acting President, worked as the faithful arm of the President, diligently putting action into what the President thought he should do. Congratulations, here. These are two men of different backgrounds, different faiths, and professional experiences. Try as the critics might, they could not create any space between them, the president and his deputy. This is how things are when people are united in vision and purpose. as President Buhari and his VP have been, we all must become. I have been told that I must utter some brief comments, on my birthday. Given that this event has rendered you a captive audience, and that my birthday affords me a special privilege today, the privilege can disappear 1 hour to come, but I will utilize this hour the best I could. I'm not just taking undue advantage of you, I am celebrating. Economic philosophy. More than any hour in our recent history, I listened to Honorable Minister for Finance. Excellent. We have to coordinate, and we have to think about a whole lot of things. Nigerians stand at a dividing junction. Our challenges are manifold and profound, but so are our collective abilities and talents. We've seen them, young talents. Don't ignore them. Let's help them. And I've seen the Honorable Minister for Industry giving us that hope that Nigeria is not dead yet, Nigeria is not stumbled yet, Nigeria is preparing, and are paying attention to the ease of doing business in this country. The giants of Africa will never fall. But today we must ask a most fundamental question. Is this our political economy structured for the benefit of man, or have we reduced man to be subservient to the impersonal political economy? The current answer looks self-evident. The political economy should be for the benefit of man. No doubt about that. In reality, we do not first try to reshape the economy to realize the optimal benefit for the people. Instead, we have been conditioned to demand that the people consult themselves to fit the dictates of what the economy is not. I reject this ash path. It follows the tenets of morality and sustainable economy itself. We must begin and end our pursuit of economic balance with the precious things this nation produces. You know what? You see, Nigeria capital is available, the human capital is available here. Even at the best of times, and with the highest oil prices, widespread poverty, gross inequity, and high unemployment of man is there. The machinery and material describe our condition. The decline in oil prices turned an excellent economic model into rubble overnight. If we do nothing to reform it, we are doomed. We will not. With these two leaders, we will not enter into an economic suicide pact with our own selves. We will dig ourselves out of this trouble because of the examples of those presentations we've seen. And that is why we are saying, fortunately, the current government has begun this sometimes painful process of salvaging the economy, of reforms that are necessary. I will offer a few personal insights, hoping they may be of help in this vital economic reformation, diversification and industrial policy. No populous modern nation with a significant urban population has attained prosperity without creating an industrial base capable of employing great numbers of urban population. and of manufacturing goods for domestic consumption and export. Thank you, Aliko. You are pointing the finger in that direction. Look, we must learn from England, which barred the export of textile goods at the dawn of industrial revolution from high tariffs in America, imposed on 150 years after independence. America is still imposing tariffs to protect itself. From China, which implemented most comprehensive protectionist regime to become the world's most prolific manufacturer. These three nations represent the past, the present, and immediate future of economic achievement from which we must learn. Is that not enough for us? If you don't want to take the Britain capsule, take American or Chinese. We have the population to justify that. We cannot depart from what has been proven effective by any of these countries. So let's just stop in terms of their policy. Mr. Vice President, there's no need putting signature on papers, and you will soon be representing us overseas anytime from now. Please tell them we can live with our own pollution. We are too far away from them. If key areas of our economy needs energy from coal, we should burn it. We must press forward with our own national industrial policy. Development of industries on our own. I don't see why this nation should continue to import newsprint. What is happening to various newsprint industries, all the paper industries? Yes, we don't like to get rid of even what we have. That is why we keep a lot of junks. But I don't see why we should continue to turn in and out the same method on our refineries. Let Nigeria own it. Bring foreign partners. We can manage it. Three expatriates left when I left ExxonMobil. All managers and head of departments are Nigerians. And a great example of it is you yourself, Mr. Vice President. We are very, very proud. Let us move on with our own industrial policy. Closely complementing industrial plan, we need a national infrastructural plan. And I don't see that national infrastructural funding coming from our financial institutions. We have to create them. We must. New structure needs to build to enhance the existing ones. A coherently planned and integrated infrastructure, including the grid. You and I lost so many nights when we are working on independent power project. What we can be proud of today is the fact we broke the monopoly of electricity generation in this country. But still, we must move on to either coal or any source of energy that can enhance our industrialization. We must conquer political or any bottleneck preventing affordable and reliable power. No nation can succeed in its industrialization effort without free flow at the right voltage of electricity. The impediment places us literally behind of any other nation. I don't see, with vehicular density that we have in this country, I don't see us complaining about used tires and all of that. And we've forgotten our forefathers, Asodutola and Co. We couldn't find that. We couldn't find any more like them. Or we could not put incentive in place that for Dunlop, Michelin, Pirelli, and others, whatever they need as an incentive to come back to produce in our country, let's give it to them, including subsidy, if that is what is necessary. For modern economics, no economy is built on cash and carry. The economy is built on credit. Credit for business investment and consumer spending, they are closely related. We say we have over 170 to 180 million people. That's a huge consumer, a huge market for us. Consumer credit mechanism must be more accessible to the average consumer. The current custom, the current method requires that we pay cash. Even if I want a house, one-room house, I must be ready with cash. That is a bait for corruption. So we can't find EFCC Magu in one area and be practicing a policy that is one-arm bandit. What do you say? If you have no credit and you need to pay for a new car, and they say bring 8 million naira lump sum for a civil servant or for an ordinary businessman, the ordinary person going to look for that 8 million, maybe in collusion. So until we fight the second bend, the other side, which is credit, then we cannot conquer corruption. I want to congratulate the governor of Lagos and Kebbi and those governors who are collaborating to give us lake rice and other items. There are so many ways that we could produce raw material for our petrochemical and pharmaceutical industry. We have the root, we have the soil. It is Nigeria that you and I dreamt about, all of you here. We can do it. This industrial policy must be tinkered with. We shouldn't be talking about it again. Mr. Vice President, it's a challenge for you. Last year, we talked about commodity exchange. Please, turn it to law. Because I don't see why Cadbury will just produce Tom-Tom and not chocolate. With all the cocoa produce that we have in West Africa and in Nigeria. My governor, Akiambode, started from his very great analogy of coconut. But if we go to the market, you can find coconut oil for many things, including my dry skin. That's what I use. Maybe that's why I have coconut hair. In conclusion, one additional thought will survive. Yeah, I had a third part to this year's theme. Not only must we use what we make and make what we use, we must make what the world values. Thank you very much. God bless Nigeria.
Demandou,